BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to do crypto first, then my next two videos are going to be Forex, stocks and commodities. I know some people aren't liking this new format, some people are liking it. I'm just going to try it for a few weeks, alright? It's just, the idea is it's going to save people time. If you want to know about crypto only, I appreciate everyone's on a time limit, especially in the morning, you know what I mean? People got to get to work and just do stuff. So you don't want to hear me drone on about stuff you don't necessarily care about. So let's have a look at crypto first. We're just going to look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right, so weekly, same as yesterday, looking for the support to get tested, 28,400, 500, 600-ish area. Again, it's a Bollinger Band center. It's also a horizontal area of significance. If we take it down to a 4-hourly, we can see that we're sort of moving further down. This is to be expected. You know, we saw the death cross retest on the simple moving average. We saw it retested on the exponential moving average, and since then the 50 has been pushing us down and it's descending. We've got these two major moving averages, after the death cross, basically diverging downwards. So downwards. What we should really be looking for would be bullish divergence, and I suppose you've got two drives of that so far. You'll be looking for a third drive for a bounce. You might get that third drive around this level. Hopefully that will be the case, because that would be an excellent place for it to bounce. It would be against the trend, obviously, but I wouldn't be too concerned about if we do break down from here how low we're going to go. I know people are thinking catastrophe. We're going to look at stocks later, and you know, there is reason to believe that I suppose consolidation is overdue really on the stock market, which is fine, and that can take this down. Also, obviously, the situation I keep droning on about oil, especially if we break 83, how much of a problem that's going to be for CPI. But again, it's not happened yet, but trending up higher, so blah blah blah. Same old stuff. Spoiler alert, I suppose. You don't need to watch the other videos. I'm kind of not bearish, but I'm taking profit on lots of things at the moment, just waiting for lower prices really to get back in. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hourly dribbling down with a hope of some a third drive of bullish divergence on that 4-hourly. Take it to a daily then to see what's going on over here. So nothing more than a Bollinger Band bottom, and highlighting that area, that 28,500. So a lot of reason to think that this could be a decent area to at least try, or maybe even just a dead cat bounce back up to a Bollinger Band center, back up to 29,700, which again is a pivotal area where we lost this horizontal area. So it is a pivotal area, and if we did break above there, then I would actually say, I would actually go as far as to say we've broken bullish, and we will actually be looking for a serious move back up to our previous high, and maybe even beyond that. I know what it sounds like. It does not sound like the sort of thing that people are probably talking about, because the trend is one thing, but if you zoom out, I mean, the trend is also very clearly another thing. We have consolidations and pullbacks and even dumps in a bull market, and that's what I think we're seeing here. I am not going to be perma bear on this chart, absolutely not. Not while you're above a 20 weekly, not while you're above a 200 exponential on the daily, which comes all the way down here at 26,600. If you lose this area, then yeah, things will get particularly nasty. But for the moment, we're above pretty much all the major supports. 28,500 is the main area, and then what? 27,000 would be another great area. 26,600 is another great area. Lots and lots of great areas on this chart. Let's take the 3-day. 3-day is working on a golden cross, which is down at 27,600. Once golden crosses get completed, it's very, very common to see a retest of that. So if you get a retest of that on the 3-day, that would be pretty bloody bullish, I can tell you that for now. That is going to be absolutely awesome getting something like that. It's not the single that will set you up to be a millionaire, but it's confirmation of a trend that's most likely to continue. Indicative of basically high, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. And this would probably point up to just short of 40,000. So when I talk about charts and I talk about time frames, that you recognize, and I know most of you do because you watch my channel every day. Yeah, I look at all different time frames, and they give slightly different reads, don't they? The higher term time frames being the 3-day and the And the weekly is still quite bullish. The daily is still quite bullish. The 4 hourly not so bullish, and obviously anything below a 4 hourly is not going to be very bullish. So we are talking like short-term pullbacks, further downside on the short term, and invalidation of bounces each one of these supports. So I will flip completely bearish if we lose. Let's just say 26,500, and obviously things are going to get particularly nasty at that point. And this could be a failed rally going into a much deeper correction. But for the moment, I think we're still just working on another higher low, and that higher low can be generated anywhere above 26,600. So obviously, for a lot of people who'll be thinking, oh, but I bought higher than this, I'm going to have to sustain some losses. No, oh my God, it's going to be ride the waves, all right? Ride the wave. 26,600, that's just another 8% pullback. So if you're looking to buy dips on this or build up a portfolio in Bitcoin and generally for crypto overall, then yeah, I suppose dollar cost averaging into that area it would be good. And yeah, just scraping it up around these levels. You're still in an uptrend on the higher term time frames. It's just short term we're looking for downside. And again, we'll go over to Ethereum. It's basically a carbon copy of Bitcoin. The moving averages are quite tighter together, but we're still technically able to make a serious bounce around 1781 here. And even if we dip a little lower, there's basically 1710 really, which is back down to that horizontal area. So not super bearish, although I expect further downside. I'm not super bearish on this chart. And actually, zooming out and seeing Ethereum, the way that it's sort of meandered around this area, it's just very much like Bitcoin. It more or less looks more of an accumulation than Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is a clear uptrend and a breakout. Whereas Ethereum probably, looking at this, is probably what I would consider to be accumulation. And we can see a similar kind of thing, same as we did really for Bitcoin. So if we had a big move up here from what was it, 60 was it, or 80? $80 all the way up to $300, and then back down again to $150 and back up. It was a tight. Well, no, it's not tight at all, is it? It's a volatile range, a sideways volatile range. I always bring this up on the live streams about what it's like to buy and hold crypto. When I bought Ethereum, I bought it like $160, and I was up, and I was down, and I was up, and I was down, and I was basically sideways for the vast amount of the time that I held through this sort of supposed bull market, right? And then finally it broke out, and it became cool, and it sustained its higher value, and it's still up 10x now from where I've bought it. That's an investment. I have no real reason to sell that because just don't need to sell it. So I'm still holding that $160 worth of. That Ethereum I bought at $160, still holding it now. And people talking about store of value and stuff like that. I mean, the only component that you need to really care about is time. So when it comes to buying altcoins now, obviously there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. But certain things, like I always highlight things like Chainlink, for instance. I don't really see a problem in buying on that. within the range that it's in at the moment. Between the $5 and $9 range. As far as I can see, that's an accumulation range, but be prepared to stay within that range for a while. It's going to be up, it's going to be down, you'll be in profit, you'll be negative, you'll be up, down, sideways until it breaks out, which might not be for another year or more when it breaks out from that $9. But when it does, it'll be up and it'll stay up. I mean, in all fairness, Chainlink was trading at less than $1 at the beginning of the last bull market, and I think what are we at, $7 at the moment. So it's still pretty sweet. It's still definitely very good as far as an up-only chart is concerned, but it doesn't feel like that when you're buying it at these levels. But I can tell you now, like this market, this crypto market, as boring as it might be, boring markets, especially if you've got conviction of a cycle, which I do, boring markets are the place to be. If you're incrementally buying into crypto, then this is the time to be thinking about doing it. Don't expect immediate returns, but I would highlight the fact that in a couple of years you should be looking in pretty serious profit in a couple of years from now, if obviously you bought the right stuff. I'm not saying buying the worst things you've ever seen with a market cap of -5. Or, it's just think about what it is that you're doing and be realistic about the gains that you're looking to make, and recognize that you can't buy the bottom nor sell the top. But this is a relatively sweet area to dollar cost average into serious decent stuff. Anyway, long story short, crypto in the short term does look down. On the higher term timeframes, actually still looks up. So I would not at all be surprised to see a retest of the higher levels. I'm going to say it could even be this month. to be honest with you, a brand new month now, aren't we? August. It could even be this month. But invalidation will be below 26,500, which I'll tell you now, if we come down to that level, which we may do, I will actually buy some more Bitcoin at that level. I'm actually going to do it, and I'll be buying more Ethereum, I'll be buying more Chainlink, more Algorand, more everything at that level, because I think it'll be a serious opportunity to at least try to buy a significant dip, and maybe even the next lower high that we're working on as far as the higher term timeframes of this chart. Right, thank you for watching. If you want to know more, feel free to join the Patreon. Links in the description below. Other than that, hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.